What are you doing? What are you doing over here?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Why are you hiding? What are you hiding?
My tablet.
Where's your tablet?
In my bag.
Now this is Salem's oldest still standing municipal building. It was originally built between 1816 and 1817. Now it was only used as our town hall for about 20 years. We do have quite a bit of reporting of supernatural things happening here. Now this building is known to get quite a bit of green orbs in photos. We do also have reports of shadowy figures showing up in these windows in photos as well. All right. So here, we're going to be talking about this building right here. We've got Rockefeller. This is a local as well as Christopher's favorite restaurant. This originally belonged to the First Church of Salem. Now this building came up in 1826. For that reason and a couple others, this is considered to be one of the most haunted restaurants in Salem. So, yeah. Now Daniel, his family kept up with this place for a while, but they eventually sold it to restaurant, Rockefeller, in 2003. Now at that time, they were redesigning it. They're turning it into that restaurant you see there now. They hire a photographer to capture some photos to go on their website. So they catch a very interesting picture. It's a woman in a blue dress. The thing that's odd about this, you can actually see through her to the building behind her. Now she was given the nickname the Lady in Blue. This was the first time she'd ever been seen, but it wouldn't be the last. She was actually such a common occurrence, they actually made shirts that said, "I saw the Lady in Blue." The owners of the restaurant, they love her, right? They actually have a drink named after her called the Lady in Blue. You can go and order it. So, in addition to seafood, this is known as being one of Salem's other most haunted restaurants. Rockefeller's and Turner's are competing for top spot. Now Turner's, some of the common things we have reported here, we have reports of silverware shaking violently at tables. We also have reports of cups just being flung off the table with no explanation. Servers claim going in the back rooms to just have things fall off the shelves as well. This is such a common occurrence, they actually did an episode of Ghost Hunters here in the 2010s. Came out here, they were doing all their experiments. So we think whatever's happening here is due to Bridget Bishop. Now Bridget, she is one of the victims during these Salem witch trials. Not only that, this is actually where her home was. Now before we talk about Bridget, I do want to lay a little bit of a foundation for the witch trials as a whole. They take place in 1692. You would have visited this town at that time, mostly would have been Puritans. You have a bad day at work and a crop fails. It could be the devil. If it's overly cloudy, this could be a witch. Somebody's just not feeling good. This could be the work of demons. This is just the common belief in the town at the time. So what people would do is they would play into the hysteria. They would make a big song and dance out of it, get everybody riled up. You're like, I did it! I was dancing with the devil in the moonlight. But I've seen the errors of my ways. I want to repent and come back to the church. They chained her up in the back of a cart. They then proceeded to take her up and down every street in the town and the village of Salem. Now, knowing those are her last memories, on her way to being executed, it's not surprising why she might be haunting this place, right? I think she makes people have a hard time parking there too, right? So, now, local paranormal experts, they are not convinced that it's Bridget who is haunting this place. Now the reason for that is something that happened here in the 1990s. Okay. We get an image of a little girl on that stairway. Now again, this is a 21 and over type party. There shouldn't be any kids there. On top of that, you can actually see through her to the railing on the other side. Now, Giles, he is one of the victims during the Salem witch trials. According to Giles, this was not murder, this was disciplinary action. Guy happened to die. Now, that was one of them. The other one was his second wife. As far as we know, they didn't have enough evidence. Now the door is knocking.
Yeah.
Literally never had this much happen. Mr. Giles, he did not like people haggling with him. If you tried to pay him less money than what he wanted, he would threaten to put a curse on you. Now, most historians believe he didn't believe in magic or curses. He was just trying to take advantage of the Puritans. They were really superstitious. They would pay him more money so they wouldn't get cursed. Now, this earned him a nickname. He was known as the Dreadful Wizard or the Warlock around town, right? So Sheriff Corwin, he says, Giles, everyone in town, they think you're a witch. What do you have to say for yourself? Drag Giles out to that field that is now that cemetery. They then proceed to tie Mr. Giles up. They then dig a pit. They throw Giles, this 80-year-old man, into this pit. They then start putting wooden boards across his chest. This is an ancient medieval torture technique known as pressing. They would take large stones and put them on the wooden board and it would press down on you. They did this for an hour. After an hour, they asked him, they said, Giles, what is your plea? Giles looked at the sheriff and he said 2 words, more weight. Now this continues till evening. The 3rd day rolls around. We are on day 3. 80-year-old man in a pit with about 3 days worth of rocks on him. Today, he's got a different answer. He looks at the sheriff and he says, Sheriff, I put a curse on you. I put a curse on your family. And I put a curse on this whole town. Now, later that day, he is crushed to death by the rocks. It's too much for him. See, 3 years go by. Sheriff Corwin actually ends up dying 3 years later. Most of our sheriffs retired due to health complications. We actually had a couple die of heart failure on the job. Now, this is believed to have been the curse on the sheriff's position. He's standing here and not by the cemetery. See, the curse on the town says that if you go by that cemetery after dark, you might actually run into Giles. Now, if you see him, that's an omen that you're going to die soon. If he talks to you, it's actually an omen that you're going to die in the next 24 hours. The first thing, then look at how big it is. Because on the backside where we're going to go, that's where the cemetery was.
Oh, you getting cramp?
I wasn't sure if that guy... A mom, a dad, and a young daughter. Now this little girl, she comes down with a bad case of smallpox. There's not much they can do for you when you get this. They also don't want anybody else to get it. So they actually move her into the 3rd floor in the attic. Now they have a slit in the door. This is how they feed her for the next couple days before she ends up passing. He gets a hot vat of hot wax. He brings it in, and he then begins slowly pouring it over his wife's face while she's sleeping. Grief was too much for him, and it made him snap. Now this first story, this one is an urban legend. A little girl dying and some candle wax. We have reports from old folks seeing some activities where the little girl was being held. Now we have an actual murder that again involves candles. This is the Charter Street Cemetery. It's also known as Old Burying Point.
Whole shape.
Now this is Salem's oldest cemetery. It's also the 2nd oldest colonial cemetery in the United States. Where the most infamous person buried here is known as Judge John Aythorne. Now, he was one of the judges during the Salem witch trials. He was known as the hanging judge. He was the one who sentenced everybody to be hung. This is considered to be one of the most haunted open-air locations in all of New England. Now this place, we do get a ton of green orbs, so again, take a ton of pictures here. We get a lot. On top of that, we do have claims from locals. We get reports that actually ghosts will crawl out from in front of these graves. Now again, this is one of the claims where supposedly you don't need a camera to see it. Of a famous ghost here as well. She's known as the Lady in White. A couple things about her. It is believed that she is Irish Catholic. The Irish Catholic, they were always buried on the outskirts. Typically, that is the only spot she hangs out, is on the outskirts. She's never been seen in the center of the cemetery. It's also believed that she is a mother because sometimes she shows up with some children.
Oh, this is that Bridget Bishop, hanged in June 10th.
People were buried. At least we found it. Suspect that a lot of the families had Angel,
Yeah.
all of these say hang.
Really? They were all hung then.
Hang.
That's so crazy. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go. What do you see?
I'm gonna do one last run. I'll meet you guys down there because I have to. Give me the keys. Oh, do you need them to get back?
That's it, right? What's that treasure?
Anybody see my cheeseburger? Ice cream. Where's the ice cream? Where's the ice cream?
We can all wait right here.
Get there on the ladder. Wait, me and Angel
Lobster roll.
found one of the best game.
Camera
Oh.
eats chowder. And what are these called? I don't know. They're like clam rolls.
Big balls.
Clam rolls, right? Those are like hush puppies, like Long John Silver's.
Yeah, but
That's what
these
they're
taste
supposed to be.
good. These taste good. Those are straight smelted, I think.
Seagulls. Can I throw this at it?
Bite.
I saw a seagull break a car's window.
How is that?
I heard they like fries. Can I throw one at it?
Try Iggy's Doughboys. Ooh. They remind me of those malasadas, whatever, from Hawaii. The shape.
Those are fresh, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Glad I only got 3.
Like this little trail.
Yeah.
You want to come in the morning?
Where did you learn that?